On this episode of the Bryant Buzz, Mitchell Elmore reports on the swimming team diving into their season.
Plus, for the first time this year, we head back to the Saline County Career Tech Center. Sydney Morgan checks in with the medical program.
Also, Hannah Rudnick visits with one Bryant student about their involvement with the fine arts.
And as always, Sophia Merle provides our 212 Spotlight.
All of that on this episode of the Bryant Buzz. Welcome to the Bryant Buzz. I'm Carson Hobson.
And I'm Chelsea Jensen. Thanks for joining us.
Our first story this month features the Bryant High School swim teams.
Both the boys and girls teams are aiming for a big year as the competition season begins.
For more on the story, here's Mitchell Elmore.
In the midst of fall, the Bryant High School swim team is making a splash, preparing for the swim season. This year's swim captain is senior Aiden Shaw. He's been on the swim team since his freshman year.
I always loved the water when I was little. My parents put me in swim lessons since I was about 4. And when I was about 5 or 6, I started the Barracuda swim team. And I swam with all my friends, just met a bunch of people there, and I swam pretty much since then.
Aiden enjoys swimming because it goes beyond just being in the water.
It's benefited me with work ethic, just coming in every day for an hour and a half and swimming. It's just good about getting your head in the game, getting your mind right, and getting better at sticking to something and just getting through with whatever you have to do.
Aiden chose swim over other sports like track and football, despite enjoying those as well.
I don't think there's a better full-body workout than swimming. I loved playing football, I loved running track, but it seemed I was getting hurt all the time. Broke fingers, got a concussion, tore my MCL, and swim, with it being non-contact, low impact, it was just a lot better for me, and I think I made the right decision in the end by how much I look forward to it, how much I love seeing everybody, how much I love coming to the pool every day and swimming.
Even though it's early, Aiden has high hopes for this season.
I think it's going to be a really strong senior year, especially for our boys team. Looking really good, super strong senior team, and we're hoping we can break some school records, maybe even a state record.
The swim coach, Coach Dale, shares Aiden's opinion.
So we have a really strong boys team this year. I'm hoping for a top 3 finish in conference and hopefully a top 5 finish in state. Last season we broke the girls breaststroke record with Elena Gould, and then we broke the boys 4x100 relay record, and that composed of Ethan Eubanks, Eli Matthews, Jace Gladden, and Sam Vincent. Out of that group we only had one senior boy, so I'm kind of hoping that we'll break that one again this year.
She also explains how to get the team ready for the season.
The first day of practice I kind of see where we're at before I start to really look into what the workouts will be. And I look to see where our weak spots are, and I'll be honest with you, I work on our weak spots first, and then we go into our strengths.
Despite losing some senior swimmers, Coach Dale still has an optimistic outlook on the season.
Well, Lady Hornet-wise, we lost quite a few seniors last year, and most of them were either school record holders or decent swimmers in the state. So for the girls, it's a rebuilding year. It's kind of a new group. I only have 2 seniors on the girls' team. For the boys' team, we did lose about 5 or 6 seniors, but we still have, this year we have 11 seniors. So I feel like the boys are pretty much a little bit older, a little bit more experienced, and I look forward to them having a really good season.
We look forward to seeing how the swim team does this season. For the Bryant Buzz, I'm Mitchell Elmore.
The first swim meet of the season will take place on November 8th.
Now for our next story. The Saline County Career Tech Center campus opened its doors to students in the fall of 2021.
In year 2, 174 students from 6 different schools are taking medical classes.
Students have the opportunity to earn CPR and first aid certifications.
Plus, they can potentially test for their CNA.
With more on the medical program at the Career Tech Center, here's Sydney Morgan.
Career-focused learning is taken very seriously at the Saline County Career Tech Center. Nursing classes include medical terminology and body and disease during the first year, and for the second year, there is a nursing assistant program. Edward Martinez is a junior in the medical terminology class.
Recently, we've been learning the body systems, discovering their functions and their shapes.
Students also do a variety of hands-on activities for practice. In the nursing assistant program, they are learning how to use hospital beds and how to work with patients.
Well, we really just focus on our skills right now, and this semester we just learn all of the information, and then we practice our skills, and then next semester or towards the end of the year, that's when we go do our clinicals. The skills are pretty fun to participate in. We do some exciting things.
By high school, many students have discovered their career passions and know which path they want to take. That's the case for Edward Martinez.
I mean, I have a genuine interest in helping people, so I feel like this would help me further that desire to help.
Students at the Career Center involved in nursing are given the opportunity to earn their CPR and first aid certifications. Students also have the opportunity to obtain their CNA license. For senior Emily Page, the CNA certification is her motivation.
I'm right there. Anyone who passes their CNA test this year will be CNA certified and ready to go work at a hospital.
Along with offering opportunities for certifications, it also helps students like Caitlin Bowling discover which specific fields they want to go into.
I want to become a pediatric immunologist. If not, I want to work in the hospital as a director.
The program lasts 2 years, and the Career Center also hosts an LPN program for students beyond high school. If you are interested in becoming a nurse or going into the medical field, consider the Saline County Career Tech Center when schedule requests come around in the second semester. I'm Sydney Morgan for the Bryant Buzz.
Thanks, Sydney. We've also been told they are working on offering an additional class next year in an effort to expand the options for students.
Speaking of options, there are plenty of elective options on the high school campus. One of the most successful is our choir program.
That's right. It's routinely recognized as one of the best in the state. Hannah Rennick found one student to talk about his passion for singing.
Senior Caleb Marks is one of nearly 40 male choir students here at Bryant High School. Across the nation, studies show that only 27% of high school choirs consist of male participation.
Yeah, I was in choir at my old school. I've been in choir since like first grade. It was called under choir at my old school district. And then I've been in choir my whole life.
He was scared the transition to a new school would be difficult, but he's been making the most of it.
I moved to Bryant in January, like the beginning of the first semester, a few days after.
Although the transition was hard, he loves Bryant so far.
What I like about Bryant, everybody here is nice, the teacher's nice, and they have extra programs to like help you like understand if you don't like such as like math or like English. They have like buzz time, zone, advisory.
Although he's been in choir for years, his new director, Mr. Oglesby, has opened his eyes to more opportunities than he ever imagined.
Choir's been fun. Like Mr. O, like he's been stretching me like far beyond than what I thought I could do. I went to our region and played 6 chair. Like that was my first every year doing it because I never thought like, not so that I was like good enough, but like I was scared. And Mr. O like encouraged me, pulled me to the side, helped, got other people to help me, and yeah, I like choir. It's comfortable.
Upon the transition from district to district, he was forced to make a big change.
Well, believe it or not, from like first grade all the way to like 8th grade, I was soprano, believe it or not. And then like when I got in high school, 9th grade, my choir teacher was like, oh, boys are only supposed to sing boys' parts. So I had to go down to tenor 1, which I'm A-okay with now.
While singing is his lifelong passion, he doesn't want to make a career out of it.
As far as like go to college for, specifically music, no, but I'm not gonna quit singing or whatever, like, but my plan like Z, if everything fails, I'll just go be a music teacher, but that's if everything fails.
Your next chance to see Caleb is Saturday, November 12th at the High School All-Region Clinic in downtown Benton.
To finish off the show, each month we showcase a different student actively involved at Bryant High School, someone who embraces the 212 mentality.
For this month's 212 Spotlight, we feature a new student who is finding their way through theater. With more, here's Sophia Merle.
Previous Benton student B. Gallagher is heavily involved in the fine arts department, but especially enjoys their long-term involvement in theater.
I've been doing theater since I was probably around 6, so about a decade. I actually went to the Royal and I watched Annie whenever they had it way back in 2012. 2011, 2012, that area, and I turned to my mom and I was like, I want to do that. I want to be up there. And she was like, okay, and I auditioned for The King and I, and that was my first ever show I was in.
Despite the stress of moving schools, they have continued to pursue their theatrical career.
So I was the Artful Dodger in Oliver, and I was a dream role of mine, so I'm really excited that I got to play it. So it's about a boy who is an orphan and he works in something called a workhouse. And one day he asks for more food than he's given, and they kind of go crazy on him. And then he is sold to a funeral home, and then he escapes the funeral home, and he's picked up by this gang of pickpockets, me, the Artful Dodger.
Since moving to the Bryant School District, they have already begun feeling at home with the theater community.
Benton felt a little bit more like a competition, and here it feels like we're all working together to make a cast, and it feels much more like a family here. It's very inclusive. When I came here, I was a little worried. I was scared I wasn't really going to have many friends, and I have like a huge group of friends now, so I'm really excited.
BHARS participated behind the scenes but is performing in their first play with the Bryant Theater Company, The Importance of Being Earnest. Buy your ticket now and see their talent in person. For the Bryant Buzz, I'm Sophia Merle.
That's our show for this month. You can keep up to date with the Hornet Media program by following us online.
On our YouTube channel at Bryant High School Hornet Media and on Instagram at Hornet News Network.
Plus, don't forget you can watch the Bryant football games produced by Hornet Media at bryantathletics.com. Thanks for watching. I'm Chelsea Jensen.
And I'm Carson Hobson. Have a great day, everybody.